Good morning. Welcome to Morning Poems and Prayers for Wednesday, the 3rd of September, 2025. Great to be here with you. Let me just get myself sorted here. Where are we? Boom, boom, boom. Here we go. Okay.
Don't let anyone ever tell you no.
Perfect.
That your dreams
Thanks a million. Talk to you soon.
true. You will reap every seed you sow. I believe in you. Don't let anyone ever break your heart, make you feel sad and blue. You are here to play your part. I believe in you. There's a light and it's burning bright. I've watched it blaze the whole night through, like a star that shines so far now. I believe in you. Don't let anyone ever shake your faith. Everybody's looking for a clue. You have got something to say. I believe in you. There's a path through the forest deep, where the messenger gets through. Every gift you give is all I keep. How could I not believe in you? Don't let anyone ever slow you down. In the end, that's all they could do. This world can turn your head around. I believe in you. I believe in you.
There we go. All right, my friends. If as Standing Bear says, if no one's told you today, I love you, I love you. And it is true, and that's what we're here for. And it is just so freaking simple. And it's so easy to forget this. And so important to remember in these powerful times. Here's the quote from Patricia. I want to give this to you. Yeah, if I can find it from yesterday. Great to be here. I'm all fired up this morning. Dip, 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 dip. Well, basically, that we're living in the most powerful time in human history. not in human history, in history, period. We are in the midst of the greatest shift in consciousness ever manifested in the history of time. So I'd say that that's more than just humanity. That's the whole shooting, the whole ball of wax, the whole deal. So it's great to be here with you. Thank you for sharing this time with me here this morning. And morning poems and prayers is my gift to you, so that you will have something in your life that will be there to feed your spirit. These are the posts that I find during the day, and other people that I follow, other teachers and colleagues on the path, and they light me up, and that's my prayer for all of us, is that they light you up as well. So thank you, thank you, thank you. That was my little song. I believe in you, and still looking for that time to get back to my music and be making more of it. But grateful to be here, sharing these energies with you, and it's a pleasure to share that with you as well. Okay, let's pray in, and we'll start with the Lord's Prayer, which of course is credited to Yeshua ben Joseph, Isa, Jesus, and it was this is a translation from the Aramaic to the English, and I believe the Aramaic was the language of that time, so it's a lot closer, I think, to the original intent than the ones that the one that we memorized in Catholic school. It goes like this: O cosmic birther of all radiance and vibration, soften the ground of our being and carve out a space within us where your presence can abide. Fill us with your creativity so that we may be empowered to bear the fruit of your mission. Let each of our actions bear fruit in accordance with our desire. Endow us with the wisdom to produce and share what each being needs to grow and flourish. Untie the tangled threads of destiny that bind us as we release others from the entanglement of past mistakes. Do not let us be seduced by that which would divert us from our true purpose, but illuminate the opportunities of the present moment. For you are the ground and the fruitful vision, the birth, power, and fulfillment, as all is gathered and made whole once again. Take a deep breath. Did anyone ever tell you that? You are the ground and the fruitful vision, the birth, power, and fulfillment, as all is gathered and made whole once again. That'd be a good thing to hear. I'm happy to tell you. There we are. Yeah, we're good. Okay. Power and here. Making sure everything's running. All right, let's do the violet flame, because God knows we could use it. Boop-a-de-boop-a-de-boop. I am the open door for the violet flame. I am the open door for the violet flame. I am my I am presence, and I am one with the I am presence of all humanity, as one voice, one breath, one heartbeat, and one energy, vibration, and consciousness of pure divine love. We invoke the most intensified frequencies of the fifth dimensional crystal and solar violet flame of God's infinite perfection that cosmic law will allow. Beloved Saint Germain and your legions of fifth dimensional violet flame archangels, we ask that you blaze, blaze, blaze this violet flame with the power and might of 1,000 suns, in, through, and around every thought, feeling, word, action, memory, and belief that humanity has ever expressed in any time frame or dimension, both known and unknown, that is reflecting anything less than heaven on earth. Transmute this energy, cause, core, effect, record, and memory back into its original perfection and seal it, in an invincible force field of God's comprehensive divine love. We accept that this activity of light is being God victoriously accomplished, even as we call. We also accept and know that this violet flame is increasing daily and hourly, moment by moment, with every single breath we take, until this sweet earth and all her life have ascended into the fifth dimensional crystalline solar realms of light on the new earth. And so it is. Beloved, I am. Beloved, I am. Beloved, I am. Take a deep breath. All right, we're rolling. I'd like to do Patricia's, getting the guidance here to do Patricia's Divine Government Prayer as well. She posted this Sunday night for her Era of Peace monthly newsletter. And usually when she posts her video, the next video after the newsletter goes out, it is the script. The newsletter was the script for the video. This time it's a little different. There's the video and the script that goes with that. But I'm looking for the call for divine government. Nice shirt. Okay, well, there's that. That's the recording of it from Sunday night. Here we go. Okay, perfect. So I won't read the introduction. We'll just go straight into the prayer here. So go ahead and close your eyes, turn within, take a deep breath. This is call for the divine government. Call for divine government. I am my I am presence, and I am one with the I am presence of all humanity. As one breath, one voice, one heartbeat, one energy, vibration, and consciousness of pure divine love, we invoke our Father, Mother, God, and the beings of light associated with co-creating divine government on this blessed planet. We also invoke the mighty archangels and the ascended masters guiding the evolutions of Earth. Now the goddess of liberty takes her strategic position at the cardinal point to the north. The goddess of divine justice takes her position at the cardinal point to the east. The goddess of freedom takes her position at the cardinal point to the south. And the goddess of victory takes her position at the cardinal point to the west. Joining these powerful beings of light are the goddess of glory, who takes her position in the center of the earth, and the goddess of oneness and transfiguration, who take their positions high in the atmosphere above the earth. Joining them, high in the atmosphere above the earth, are the silent watchers, the mighty guardians, the Galactic Federation of Light, and all of the beings of light who are assisting humanity at this time from the heavenly realms as we empower divine government on planet Earth. Blessed ones blaze the most intensified frequencies of divine will, divine love, and divine enlightenment from the very heart of our Father, Mother, God, through the heart flame of every person who is now or will be in the future involved in the governments of Earth in any way. Awaken every one of these people to the profound opportunity and the awesome responsibility they have during this cosmic moment. Enlighten everyone to the profound truth that it is time for the divine government to manifest now. Let each person that is now or ever will be responsible for the governments of the world in any way tangibly feel and experience the power of love and enlightenment of our Father, Mother, God, flowing through their heart flame. This will allow the sacred knowledge from their recently recalibrated, immortal, victorious threefold flame to surface into the heart and conscious mind at a new and greatly accelerated pace. We now invoke the I Am presence of every one of these people to take full dominion of that person's thoughts, feelings, words, actions, beliefs, and memories. Empower that person to hear and to listen to the intuitive inner guidance of their I Am presence, which will guide them unerringly toward the fulfillment of their individual and collective divine plans in their mission of co-creating divine government tangibly on earth. Now, beloved legions of light, seal the activity of light we have invoked this sacred and holy day in the immortal, victorious, threefold flame anchored within the heart of every person on earth, as we collectively hold the sacred space for the manifestation of divine government on earth. Expand this activity of light daily and hourly with every elevated holy breath we take until planet Earth and all life evolving upon her have God victoriously completed our ascension into the fifth dimensional crystalline solar frequencies of the new earth. And so it is. Beloved, I am that I am. Dear one, know that we are all one, and we are grateful for you and your willingness to hold this sacred space for all of us in the United States of America and in every country around the world. God bless you. Patricia Coda Robles. Take a deep breath. Okay. How about that for a start to our Wednesday morning here? Amazing. And when I was looking for a picture to put with that prayer, this beautiful rainbow showed up, and wonderful. So I'm looking over here at my lovely friends list, and there's Izzy Zephyr, Becky Big Canoe, and Robert James Comer, and some other lovely folks, Aiden and Viola Marie Rose, and some other new friends. It's a pleasure. It truly is a pleasure. Well, here's the introduction. I might as well include that as well from what we've just done. In September, we will be held in the full embrace of a powerful eclipse series. This series of eclipses will begin with a full moon lunar eclipse on September 7th. I believe that is Sunday. And it will be brought to fruition with a partial new moon solar eclipse on September 21st, the equinox for autumn in the Northern Hemisphere. It seems as though we are experiencing unprecedented chaos and confusion manifesting in all of the governmental systems in the United States of America and around the world. Due to that challenge, the Company of Heaven is encouraging awakening humanity to utilize the influx of light from this eclipse series to empower the divine potential for the heart-based government we are all being called to co-create on the new earth. Through the unified efforts of heaven and earth, our Father, Mother God, and the Company of Heaven are inspiring us to encode into our newly formed fluid field of unmanifest divine potential, which is what we work with in the meditation, the video for this week, which we'll see if we get to here this morning. Through the unified efforts of heaven and earth, our Father, Mother God, and the Company of Heaven are inspiring us to encode into our newly formed fluid field of unmanifest divine potential. There we go. Higher archetypes for the heart-based patterns of divine government associated with the new earth. This divine government will be a government of the I Am presence, by the I Am presence, for the I Am presence of all humanity. It is a government based in oneness, divine love, and reverence for all life. A government that is perpetually working toward the highest good for all concerned. We have been told by the beings of light in the realms of illumined truth that a critical factor in raising the consciousness of humanity and paving the way for the patterns of perfection for the new earth is for the United States of America to fulfill her divine destiny. The immaculate concept of the divine plan for the USA was co-created in the realms of cause by our founding fathers and mothers when they wrote the sacred documents guiding the behavior of American citizens. These documents are the Declaration of Independence, the Bill of Rights, and the Constitution. When in the course of human events it becomes necessary to form a more perfect union, etc., the divine plan was for America to model to the rest of the people of this planet a higher order of being, a new world that would heal the illusion of separation and demonstrate to the masses the oneness of the family of humanity. The plan was that within this consciousness of oneness, we would revel in our diversities and collectively make decisions and take actions that reflect only the highest good for all concerned. A beautiful thing, my friends, when it happens. Unfortunately, with the manipulation of their fragmented and fear-based human egos, there are still some people in the USA and around the world who are clinging to their dark agendas and fighting tooth and nail to hold on to their power and their ability to suppress and control the masses of humanity, like arresting comedians for their tweets. This is being attempted through their self-obsessed greed and corruption, their abuse of power, and their fear-based and hateful actions. Today, the Company of Heaven wants us to clearly understand that the nefarious efforts of these misguided souls are destined to fail. Hallelujah. The beings of light are assuring us at this time, in spite of outer appearances, that through the unified efforts of heaven and earth, those who are desperately striving to block our ascension in the light will not succeed. Thank you, God. Mother Earth, it's good to know. Mother Earth and all life evolving upon her are moving forward in the light, and there is no turning back. The Company of Heaven is now revealing that with the recent recalibration of the permanent seed atom and the threefold flame in every person's heart, humanity's mass consciousness has been elevated to a level that will allow the pending patterns for divine government to be raised to a higher frequency than we have ever experienced. The awareness of this shift is gently being downloaded into the heart flame and conscious mind of every child of God on earth. As these higher patterns for divine government are downloaded into the heart flames and conscious minds of awakening humanity, everything that conflicts with those patterns is being pushed to the surface to be healed and transmuted back into the light. If you have any doubt about that, all you have to do is watch the news, and this purging process will be obvious. In order for the new patterns of divine government to tangibly manifest, all that has been hidden must now be revealed. This is going to be a confusing and painful process for millions of people. When you believe in things you don't understand, you suffer. Stevie Wonder. However, we are being asked to stay focused on the light throughout this critical phase of the divine plan. Know the light of God is always victorious, and we are that light. And then she takes us into the prayer that we've just done. So there it is. Take a deep breath. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Freedom begins when belief is set down, not when it is perfected. Right, so there's all that. This is great. So let's give you this.
In gorgeous sunny West Cork for a Cree gathering, a heart gathering. And we've come together for a weekend in this beautiful sunshine. The universe is supporting us to connect with each other and to inspire one another and to weave with one another to build ways which truly serve the people of this sacred land of Era, and the land once again. 4 years ago, I stepped away from my career. I withdrew my children from school and I began homeschooling them. And I've been devoting all of my time in the last 4 years to networking people and to connecting people, so that together in our beautiful co-creative space, we can create beautiful ways that we can all truly thrive in. So we've got a beautiful selection of people here this weekend who have been talking. Many of them will be familiar faces. Each one of them will introduce themselves. And we've got hundreds of people who have come from all over the land to have a picnic together, all generations together, and just weave together to build much, much better ways. And look, when we do that, look at the sunshine we've got. It's absolutely fabulous. So I'm going to hand you to Siobhan Dupuer, who recently free-birthed her beautiful little Turin here, realising, of course, that the medical system does a grave injustice to pregnant women, and that we don't want to birth our children in with a medical process. It's sacred, and we're reclaiming that sacred birth for our children, and that empowering women again with birth.
Thank you, Charlotte. Siobhan Dupuer is an dom honig me is filme a honig me and Shomar Voher. So I'm a poet, but I came here as a mother, and I shared my birth stories, the 3 birth stories of my 3 children last night. The first very traumatic experience in a hospital, where the intervention model of Irish hospitals caused trauma, like it does for most women in Ireland. There is no solid home birth service in Ireland, and so hospitals is all that's available. And as a counterculture to that, more and more women are choosing to birth their children completely outside of the system. And you said it there, you know, I thought it's a question of maternity rights. I was always talking about maternity rights. There's no maternity rights in Ireland. We have the right. The last survey they did, 45% of women wanted to birth their children at home. And there's only 0.4% of women actually managed to get a home birth. So in terms of maternity rights, there isn't any. But somebody said to me, it's not about rights. It's about duty. You have a sacred duty to your child, you know, to birth them outside of a traumatizing system, you know. And so I've been telling this story now in whatever platforms there are, and I come here to tell it as well. This is the community that's been very supportive of me and my art. And it's lovely to come back here and share it with Charlotte. Aww. Yeah, and that's why I've come here, and just to spread the good word, like, you know, as well, that this counterculture is gaining a huge momentum. Like, there's so many free birthers now, you know, there's so many mothers going, Era, we're grand, like, we're not going to die. We're actually going to be initiated into, yeah. Exactly what we're doing. Thank you very much. Yeah, and so it's the reclamation of birth as an initiation rather than a medical procedure. Yeah, Sinead.
Thank you. I'm Maeve Murren. I'm chairperson of Health Freedom Ireland. I suppose we were so delighted to be invited here today by Holly and by Charlotte. Just the whole resonance for us is that we as a group wanted to create just greater awareness around medical freedom, medical choice, specifically and probably mostly in connection with vaccinations. We've all lived through 4 years of a lot of trauma. And I think more than ever, Irish people are really reclaiming their sovereignty in every way. And just as Siobhan said, we want to protect the generations to come. And part of that is creating this informed platform, this platform where people can come with feeling safe and find the information they need to actually make the right decisions based on primary source scientific material and research and data that is not being given when they go into HSE clinics or into their doctor's surgery. So, you know, I love the whole concept of it. We're kind of co-creating with everybody here today a better way forward for the generations to come. And we've just recently published a book and we've launched our new website. And we've had a great response here today from people. And I'm asking people to go out into the public domain and share that information with your family, your friends, expectant parents, expectant mums, and just give them the right to have all the information at their fingertips so that they can make the choices they need most. Our children are born with thriving immune systems, and we need to foster that thriving energy and allow them to continue in life without a lot of toxins being pumped into them. So that's really my reason for being here today, and thank you both so much for having us. It was wonderful. Cheers. Thank you.
Thank you, Maeve. Thank you. Yeah, my name is Mark O'Byrne from taracoins.com, and yeah, I feel very blessed to be here with all these warriors in the Rebel County. Yeah, with a few rebels, and it's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful gathering of people, and yeah, a great mix of people with all sorts of different skills, and people who are really taking action to change this world for the better. And we know the old paradigms, they're failing before our eyes. And it's a good thing. We should have no fear about that, because it is for a higher good, and we're creating the new paradigms as we speak, which is just really beautiful to see. So what I do is on the money side of things, and trying to get away from the survivalist mentality and get into a sort of a thriving mentality. So there are some little risks in terms of fiat currencies and banks and the monetary system that people aren't aware of in terms of inflation and currency devaluations. And gold and silver. Basically, I've designed the first Irish gold and silver bullion coins that are 49 pure, and they're really sacred, beautiful, beautiful coins that really honor and respect our culture and our traditions and our spirituality and who we are as a people. Because if we do not know who we are as a people, then we will never have our freedom. So it's very important that the tokens that we use, the currency that we use, is actually money of the people, and that's what arrogant is. It's silver is the Irish word for silver is arrogant, and the Irish word for money is arrogant, and ore is obviously another form of money of the people. So we need to put the money back into the people's pockets and take it out of the banks. Basically, it's as simple as that, because they're going to fail. It's only a matter of time. So, but have no fear, it is for our good, as I said. And yeah, it's an absolute blessing to be here with both Charlotte and Holly and all the other wonderful people here in this circle. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. Una McGurk is my name, and I'm not going to say very much because I did a lot of talking already this morning. So I just wanted to say that it's so lovely to be here with so many like-minded souls, and to thank Charlotte and Holly for organising this amazing event in this absolutely stunning setting created by Mother Nature. And just to echo what has been said to date by everyone who has spoken before me, speaking about Mother Nature, what occurs to me to say is that all the systems that we know, all the paradigms, all the systems are now under serious stress, whether it's financial, educational, medical, governmental. Everything is under stress, and rightfully so, because it's ready to collapse. So what we need to be prepared for, and what I think we need to work towards, is a reset. Not the reset that Klaus Schwab talks about. In fact, the exact opposite. It needs to be a reset of nature, of Mother Nature, not of technology, which is, it's the technological reset that they want for us. We reject that. We want nature to be the instigator, the mother of our reset. And I think we can't go far wrong if we rely on Mother Nature. So that's what comes to mind to say today, a reset based on nature, and that's what I'm hoping for in the future. Thank you.
And that's why we chose a beautiful natural surrounding to gather in today. And
Yes.
we can trust in nature.
Yes.
Look at the universe and the sunshine supporting us when we do that.
Exactly. So thank you very much. Thank you. I'll hand over to Eddie now.
Well, thanks, Una. My name is Eddie Hobbs. I'm here really to plug into the complete opposite of the globalist technocracy that is being attempted at the moment. So I'm here as a bit of a bruiser, and I'm taking the energy here and I'm taking it with me to do something tomorrow morning in Killarney in front of a globalist summit. And so this is very special for me, because I can meet people that are prepared and doing things to prepare for the opposite of the type of future that they're trying to bring us. Thanks.
Very good. My name is Dolores Cahill, and it's wonderful to be here at the Cree gathering and to thank Charlotte and Holly and everyone. And I suppose in 2020, we were all raising awareness about the inalienable rights of people to decide what happens with their body, whether it's an injection, a vaccine, a mask, or a PCR test. And really, it's just to echo what everyone else said, is that the sovereignty of men and women, whether it's of the land or of your body, belong to men and women. And it's just that simple understanding of law versus legal. And that really the legal system is being exposed, that it doesn't actually represent the lawful rights. And I'm very happy to be involved in the World Freedom Alliance. We've highlighted this. And now what my role is to realize the solutions are cooperative movements, community building, and that men and women get together to find really healthy solutions. And part of that initiative, I've been working with cooperatives around Ireland and the world. And the gathering connections that we're building is Custodian Institute, and custodianinstitutemembers.com. People can find more information about how we strengthen each other in community and in health. So thank you again. It's wonderful to be here.
I'm Ivor Cummins, and I'm known as kind of a bête noire of the nonsense narrative globalists. So I'm a bit of a lone wolf. I stick to my own thing. I focus on data that's referenceable and fully accurate. And I'm glad to say in 4 years of utter nonsense we've been subjected to, pretty much in retrospect, I've turned out, along with many colleagues, to be entirely correct. And that's important for credibility. But it's fantastic to be here at CRE and meet all these great people who are focusing on community. So yes, I'm all on data, but I think it's hugely important. Recently, I've got involved with the financial macroeconomic community worldwide and gone on many conferences, but we've repeatedly emphasized how important networks are, community, and building new structures, new communities in our somewhat threatening world. But to finish, thanks so much to Holly and Charlotte for organising this beautiful day in West Cork. Delighted to be here to talk about finances shortly with Eddie and the others. And it's just a fantastic place, and we need this much more all over the world in all communities.
Thank you, Ivor. Hi, my name is Holly Anderson. I'm the co-organiser, together with Charlotte, of this absolutely beautiful CRE gathering. I think it felt quite simple to me, really. I suppose over the last few years, there was the first thing that was very, very, very clear to me was that the systems that we currently exist in are failing us and they don't act in our interests. And so it was clear that we had to start creating new systems, new structures, and write a new reality for ourselves. And the other thing that was very clear to me was that we do that together. We build together in community, and that community happens when we connect with one another. So this weekend, yes, it is the 3 C's. It is connection, co-creation, and community. And that's literally all it takes for us to get there. I feel absolutely honoured and blessed to be in the company of these beautiful, courageous people who have been speaking truth to power for, the last 4 years. And all the other participants, because everybody here today that joined us has made this the CRE gathering. It's absolutely beautiful, and thank you, everybody.
Thanks, Holly. Hello, my name is Enda Donnellan, and I'm in gratitude for being invited here. I'm here to keep the frequency high. My background is an osteopath. I worked for 25 years almost as an osteopath. Been creating spiritual events, conscious concert in Ireland, which is bringing in mystics from all over the world to raise the frequency of the country. That's been going 10 years. And during the lockdown, when certain people who aligned with higher frequencies had opinions, they were automatically being told they were far right or far something anyway, far up on the moon or whatever that was. So we created a manifesto called sovereignty.ie. It's been rebranded to the newway.ie. And essentially, it's a spiritual high-frequency manifesto. So we were doing gatherings. We weren't into being against anybody. We were gathering on the Hill of Tara. We were gathering outside Orsanuktaron. So we were bringing people together just to have dialogue, just to have the conversation and ask questions. So that's what we were really focused on. And essentially, the spiritual path, which we are all on, is about how we hold the frequency in ourselves, how we hold ourselves in our heart, how we speak, not from our minds, just information, but are we embodying that, and are we transmitting unity wherever we go, or are we trying to tear things down or spread fear? Now, we need to speak about truth. It's very important, but we can do that in a way that's compassionate And we can do that in a way that elevates the consciousness and not be in fear or denial while we do that. So Charlotte, Holly, thank you very much for inviting me here today. I'll hand you over.
So yeah, we're gonna go back into this beautiful natural paradise and keep creating together something incredibly beautiful in which we're all thriving, and we will all keep thriving. So yeah, let's go back and have a gorgeous meal. Absolutely. And at Kaylee, we're going to have a beautiful dance, and we're going to have a financial sovereignty and abundance discussion now to think about a financial system that will truly serve us. It's one of the many topics we've been discussing this weekend as we build parallel structures and take our power back.
Reclaim our sovereignty. Absolutely.
So, from our hearts to yours.
There you go, my friends. Mercy. That was very emotional for me, I have to tell you. I was privileged to be there with those beautiful folks. It was last summer, I believe, maybe 2 summers ago. Now that I think on it, I think 2 summers ago. 24. Okay, there you go. Only last summer. Well, time flies. I hope that meant as much to you as it does to me. You have really kind of the greatest hits here of the people that have inspired me and uplifted me and shown me how to think outside the box. Holly, bless her heart, she's new on my list, but I love seeing her again. And there's Ivor Cummins, Dolores Cahill, Eddie Hobbs, Una McGurk. And the 4 of those folks, each one of them has rocked my world. And I was able to chat with Una. I'd never heard of her before, and I met her, and we talked a little bit, and it was a wonderful day for me to connect to that incredible woman who ran for office. Sadly, she didn't get in, but she would have had my vote if I had one to give on that level. And Dolores, of course, was fighting at the front lines of the C-19 madness, and same thing with Ivor. And both of them did incredible work about educating all of us and helping us find the truth and find our courage and our voices, which we're still all working on here. I raise my hand. And then there's Eddie Hobbs, who is quite an amazing intellectual and leader in terms of putting information together and seeing the bigger picture. And I had the pleasure of meeting Eddie just last week, Thursday night, at a gathering where he spoke. And I'm hoping to interview the man at some point here as well. As I said, brilliant understanding of what's happening in the world. And I said to him, you know, this is really a spiritual war that we're in. And he showed me the dedication of his book, which I have sitting in front of me here. Lane bought us a copy, and my brother Lane, who brought me to the event, God bless him. And it's about dedicating this to Archangel Michael, the book and the fight to Archangel Michael. Let's see if I can find the thing itself. Yeah, here it is. I dedicate this book to the champion of free will, Archangel Michael. So I think we're all on the same page, boys and girls, don't you? It's getting exciting. And then we just had so Charlotte, thanks again for reposting that. And of course, all the incredible work it took to create this. Charlotte and Holly and everyone there, it was a feast, absolutely. And Croy is heart. And it was certainly all about that. So very, very grateful for all of that.
Just when we connect with one another.
Yeah, perfect. So delighted. There we go. That's exactly what I want. So yeah, Charlotte's out there leading the charge over and over again. And she was at the World Peace Gathering doing her water ceremony a month ago with all the Indigenous brothers and sisters, Chief Phil and Standing Bear and everyone. And Siobhan de Puer was there as well. She rocked the house, our poetess and speaker of Gaelic and great fiery spirit. And Una and all the rest, they're out there fighting the good fight. So the Misha Era thing was what I wanted to talk about. My guy here, Jer Banks, who Charlotte connected me to, I think, with the Hands Across Cork, that I got a bit of a flack for attending the wrong peace festival. You have to laugh, my friends. You know, why are there all these angry people at the peace protest? Anyway, God bless us. Gerard Banks was at the Misha Era festival. Misha Era, I've learned this just from all of this, means I am Ireland. And it's a quote from the late, great Padraig Pearse, who was one of the sons of the revolution in 1916, the Easter Rising. And that's where that comes from. And it was what I've heard, and the people I've heard talk about it, and the interviews of people that were there, has also been very inspiring, including leading me to come across a great speech by Ben Scanlon, which I'll have to share here at some point as well, because that's the real thing as well. So we're coming down the home stretch here. I don't think we're going to squeeze Patricia's video in today, but we'll leave that for another moment. And of course, you know, the connection between the indigenous people of the Americas, North, South, and Central, that Chief Phil Lane Jr. And Indigenous Ireland brought together. I need to catch up with those folks as well here. Was just simply extraordinary. It was 40 different speakers, teachers, shaman from around, from all across the West, and and beyond, and this incredible connection between the indigenous cultures of of the West and of this little place called Ireland, which Charlotte would scold me for using that name. It's Eru. Eru is the goddess. And then I happened to come across this last night, explaining why Ireland is Atlantis in under 7 minutes, and that blew my mind. So I'll leave that for you to take a look at it. It won't quite fit in here this morning, but did we know that Ireland has more sacred structures than any other place on Earth? No, I hadn't heard that at all. And they point out the connection between Ireland and Egypt, and the evidence of what Plato, we remember him, talked about in terms of Atlantis. Plato is one of the writers of Greece that did talk about Atlantis. And there's lots of clues and hints in Plato's description about that lines up with Ireland as well. So, and then of course there's how the Irish saved civilization. There are books and stories out there about how the Irish saved Europe at a particular point in the story, and that's what's meant by that. I've yet to read that, but it's on my wish list. So there's that. Then of course there's also the story we had Mary Magdalene yesterday, and I was looking at the face of Mary Magdalene. I'll have to draw that up from an archaeologist who did a computer graphic based on the skull that they believe belongs to Mary Magdalene. So she, in all her beauty and glory, showed up in my head and heart yesterday. And this was after listening to the fellow talking about the Shroud of Turin, there we go, whose name, you can't make this up, is Jeremiah Johnson, which of course was a great story by with Robert Redford back in the day. But science can't replicate this. I've known this. This is absolutely fascinating. But when you're trying to talk your head into trusting your heart, if you really sit with this information about the Shroud of Turin, it will help you enormously. And then that led me to hear, again, more stories of Jim Caviezel, who played Jesus in Mel Gibson's film, The Passion of the Christ, and has now, they've made the sequel, and that's getting set to be released before the end of this year. And Caviezel's experiences and Mel Gibson's experiences of Jesus, helping them, guiding them, and the cross during the crucifixion scene in the film, literally being struck by lightning. On and on and on and on it goes, my friends. The Spirit is reaching out to all of us. There's our lovely Patricia Fitzgerald celebrating my dear friend Patricia, who's just an amazing artist and an incredible visionary. And congratulations, Patricia. She has succeeded at her GoFundMe fundraiser to raise the capital to create her book. I think was what that was for. So bless you. Well done. Book and or deck of cards, both. But she's just an amazing artist and just a beautiful soul. And boy, is she a free spirit as well here. She's no problem speaking up for Ireland and truth as well. Bless her. This chap I've seen before, and he popped up last night as well. I was really getting an education here about, I'm looking over the horizon trying to figure out how to prepare and how to help people prepare for what's ahead. And all the help in the universe is available. This beautiful man is Vincent Tolman, who was in a coma and near-death experience, and describes the 6 principles, or 6 initiations, if I have that correctly, that every soul must achieve in order to return to heaven. This will blow your mind. So if you'd like a map, here's your man for the map. And Vincent says that, the world is going to fall apart and then it's going to come together again. And you'll be so glad that it did. But, everyone wants to go to heaven. Nobody wants to die, to use my favorite joke. So we have some challenges to navigate for sure. And this was also, I did the Light of Sirius yesterday. Thank you, Vincent. Beautiful soul. I did the Light of Sirius Lazarus meditation. I'm not sure about these images, but Patricia has mentioned the Galactic Federation of Light for the first time that I can ever recall. And it seems to be divine timing with 3i Atlas winging its way into our reality. So this is very interesting. I enjoyed this presentation there. There's Sister Tracy, who's doing great work. Tracy O'Connor is a channel. A dear friend of mine here up in Dublin is a channel and does guided meditations, and she puts that on her Substack. And she's also got a very good podcast and interview show as well. So blessings to you, Sister Tracy. Well done. And a nice article here about the consciousness of AI and how to work with it and not give your power away. And then here's Nancy Rebecca, who's I was introduced to by Pam Gregory, and Nancy tuned into 3i Atlas, and she doesn't feel that it is inhabited, but she feels it is being guided. And then I want to get to, which makes good sense, then I want to get to, Steve Judd did his reading for September, and he says this is absolutely breakthrough. There's no middle ground. We must decide, we must commit, we must make the leap of faith into the higher vibration. This is my words, not Steve's, in order to be a part of this, a part of what the future is calling us to create. So this month, you will remember this month for a long time, my friends. Let's have the circle of embrace. And then I want to get back to Crazy Horse's prophecy. The circle of embrace within the arms of one another. Here, let's do it this way so you can see the picture. The picture is extraordinary. Within the arms of one another, the people remember who they are. Roots and branches weave around them, for family is also forest, and love is the oldest law of the earth. Their hands carry the weight of generations, their embrace the warmth of survival. Here, sorrow and joy are the same river, flowing through time. Here, sorrow and joy are the same river, flowing through time, binding the living to the living, and all to the land that holds them. For in this circle, no one stands alone. The heart of the people beats as one. Take a breath into that. What an extraordinarily beautiful poem and painting. Dimitris Karagiannis, thank you for this. It's absolutely stunning. That could be the profile picture there at the top. I mentioned Raoul Peck has done a new documentary about George Orwell and looked at his deep work with 1984 and Animal Farm. Both of those seem to be quite relevant to our time. Do we have time for the whales? Leah Lamb, it isn't every day you get to talk with whale dreamers from Australia and New Zealand, and that's what we'll be doing this evening in New York City. For years, I've felt filled with questions. How does a white Jewish girl who grew up on a farm in Vermont have whales dreaming to her, singing through her dreams, showing up in powerful ways year after year? The dreams became so frequent that they became normal. For years, I have been going to Maui, swimming through their songs, slowly learning how to be in their presence, not just as a someone outside their water world, but as someone who shares the world with them, open to receive their guidance, and slowly over time, what is revealed in their company is the magnificent amount of love they have for life, for these oceans, and for us. And another question arose. When will we make space in our lives to remember that we all have the invitation to connect with these incredible sentient beings? Their presence on this earth brings harmony where there is dissonance, expansion where there is contraction, peace and calm, and unconstrained radical expressions of joy. I know these beings in the waters of Hawaii and in the Sea of Cortez of Mexico. So it's going to be a radical treat to get to join with Uncle Buna Lowry and Wea, two who carry the whale songs, whale calls, and stories from their lineage in Australia and New Zealand. I'll be sharing a story too, one that you guessed it, arrived through Dreamtime. Excuse me. The Aboriginals the Aboriginals say the stories from the past must be sung to the present so the future can exist. Let's have that again. The Aboriginals say the stories from the past must be sung to the present so the future can exist. And this evening, boom, and this evening in an intimate gathering at New House in Manhattan, we'll be doing just that. And there's the invitation. I'm not the only one who the whales dream to. I know there are many more of us out there. Drop a line if you're a whale dreamer too. Take a breath into that. So I have to tell you a story that I heard from a Maori shaman at the Star Knowledge Conference in 1995 or 96, I think 96. And he said that when they were children, their tribe would take them to the water's edge and put them in the boats, and they'd ride out to where they could not see the land any longer. And as children, at 5, 6, 7 years of age, their elders would throw them in the water, and they would call the whales, and the whales would come out and keep the children safe and keep them company and teach them the wisdom teachings. And the parents would take the boats and go back in, and the children would spend the night in the ocean with the whales. And then they would come out the next day and pick them up utterly transformed. That is their initiation, my friends. That's the power that these people are carrying for all of us. So with that, I'm going to say thank you for your time, your attention, your consciousness, and your willingness to listen to, trust, and follow the love and wisdom in your own heart. Have a wonderful day. I will be on tonight with the LifeWave Zoom call. LifeWave Team Ireland is my Facebook group. I have 85 members there. I've been on LifeWave now for a year. It's a brilliant product, an amazing company, and a fantastic team that I'm a part of. I've never done anything like this in my life, and I'm loving every minute of it. And I want to share it with you. If you need help with your health and or your finances, this is the chance of a lifetime. There's no other way to put it. You can make a donation to the PayPal there if you'd like to support what I do. You can subscribe to the Substack. You can make a purchase at listeningtosmile.com music. And you're in my heart and in my prayers. Peace and blessings. Have a wonderful day. Slán go fóill. It's off to Celtic class for me. Geltagt. Gura mahagat.